Have you ever looked back on a moment in your life and thought, I should have done that differently? What if I told you that the choice you make right now could determine whether you're proud of your future or regretful for the rest of your life? It's easy to think that regret only comes from big decisions, like not taking that job or ending a relationship. But the truth is, the small moments, the ones you don't pay attention to, are what build up and create a life full of regret. Here's the cold hard truth. You will either build discipline now, or regret will build you. And if you choose the latter, you're setting yourself up for a lifetime of frustration, missed opportunities, and wasted potential. But what if you didn't have to live with that regret? What if you could build the kind of discipline that ensures you never have to look back and say, I could have been better? Today, we're diving into a hard truth. You have the power to build the life you want, or you have the power to build regret. It's not just a choice you make once, it's something you must choose every single day. But don't worry, I'm not going to leave you hanging. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand what's at stake, but also the exact steps you need to take to build discipline and avoid the regret that will haunt you forever. The fear of regret. Let's start with a feeling we all know too well: fear. It's not the fear of failure that's the real problem. It's the fear of looking back one day and realizing you didn't try hard enough. The fear of seeing someone else living the life you dreamt of, knowing deep down that you didn't put in the work. Regret doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your someday plans or your dreams of being successful. Regret doesn't wait for the right time to hit. It builds over time, piece by piece, through small moments of hesitation, laziness, and distractions. And let's be real, we all know the I'll do it tomorrow mentality. We've all been there. It's easy to say I'll start tomorrow. I'll change when I feel motivated. Well, here's the thing. Motivation is a temporary feeling. It doesn't stick around when you need it the most. Discipline, however, is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who spend their lives wishing they had. So how do you avoid this lifelong regret? How do you make sure you don't look back at your life in your 30s, 40s, or 50s and wish you had been more disciplined? Stick around, because I'm going to share the exact strategies that can help you take control of your future and prevent that regret from creeping in. But first, let's talk about why most people fail to build discipline in the first place. Now that we've set the stage, let's talk about the enemy you're facing: procrastination, distractions, and self-doubt. Why do we fail to build the discipline we need to achieve our goals? Now that we've addressed the stakes, let's dive deeper into the real reason why most people fail to build discipline: procrastination. The enemy is sneaky. It hides in plain sight, disguised as things like taking a break or needing rest, when in reality, it's sabotaging your future. You know the feeling, don't you? You wake up with good intentions. You tell yourself, today's the day I'm going to take control. But by the end of the day, you've done everything except the one thing that really matters. It's easy to let distractions take over. Social media, Netflix, texting, these things seem harmless in the moment, but here's the reality. They're robbing you of your potential. Every minute you spend scrolling or binge watching is a minute you're not investing in yourself, your growth, or your future. The cost of procrastination. The scary part? Procrastination doesn't just waste your time, it builds regret. Every day that you procrastinate is another day you'll regret in the future. Imagine waking up in 10 years, looking back and realizing that you missed out on opportunities because you didn't build the discipline to take action when it mattered. Here's where the real danger lies. Procrastination doesn't feel like a big deal in the moment. It feels comfortable, like you're giving yourself a break. But in the long run, it chips away at your confidence and your momentum. Every time you procrastinate, you reinforce a cycle of self-doubt and missed opportunities. And don't even try to tell me you don't have time, because guess what? We all have 24 hours in a day. The difference between people who succeed and those who don't is how they use that time. Successful people don't have more time, they have more discipline. Think about it. What's more painful, putting in the effort today and making progress, or living with the regret of knowing you could have been further ahead if you just started earlier? So how do we break the cycle? How do we stop procrastinating and start building discipline? The answer is simpler than you might think. You need to fight back with your own system of routines, habits, and a mindset that refuses to give in to distractions. In this section, I'm going to give you practical steps to stop procrastinating and start building momentum. You're going to learn how to make today count. No more wasting time. The power of small actions. The first step to winning the battle against procrastination is to start small. Don't try to change everything overnight. If you've been struggling with discipline, trying to overhaul your entire routine in one go will only lead to burnout. Instead, focus on building momentum with tiny, consistent actions. Start with just one thing, something you can do every day without fail. Maybe it's waking up 15 minutes earlier, writing 300 words a day, or working out for just 10 minutes. These small actions will compound over time, and before you know it, you'll have built a habit. Musashi's method wasn't about one giant leap. It was about taking consistent, small steps that led to mastery. So right now, I want you to think about one small action you can commit to today. It could be as simple as putting down your phone for 30 minutes to focus on your goal, or reading 10 pages of a book. Now, here's the key. Don't break the chain. That's how you win. You start small, you build consistency, and you refuse to break the chain. But here's the kicker. Small actions alone won't build discipline unless you also have the right mindset. The real key to discipline isn't just about action. It's about how you think. How do you develop that mindset? How do you ensure your discipline sticks? I'll show you in the next part, but for now, remember, discipline is built from small wins, and those wins will lead to the biggest victories in your life. So, what's the mindset shift you need to make in order to build unshakable discipline? Stay tuned for the next part, where we'll dive into how to shift your thinking from someday to today. Before we dive into the mindset shift, let me know in the comments, what's one thing you're going to commit to today to break the cycle of procrastination? Now that you've learned the importance of taking small, consistent actions, it's time to address the most crucial aspect of building discipline, your mindset. You see, without the right mindset, no matter how many small actions you take, you'll always find a way to sabotage your progress. Think about it for a second. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow, or I'll do it next week? Sound familiar? This is the mindset that keeps you stuck. It's a trap. And the worst part, it makes you feel like you're not in control. You can take all the action in the world, but if you don't shift your mindset to one of urgency, nothing will change. Procrastination thrives on indecision. So how do we shift from someday to today? How do we break free from the grip of doubt and fear and take action now? The power of now. The first thing you need to understand is that the perfect moment will never come. There's never going to be a right time to start. The conditions will never be ideal, and if you keep waiting for them to be, you'll stay stuck forever. Musashi understood this better than anyone. He didn't wait for the perfect moment to fight. He took action immediately, whether in battle or in life. He knew that true warriors don't wait for opportunity, they create it. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I don't feel ready. I'm not perfect yet. Guess what? No one is ever truly ready. The key to success is starting before you feel ready and learning along the way. Someday is a trap. Today is the only day that matters. I'm going to say something that might shock you. Perfection is the enemy of progress. So next time you catch yourself thinking, I'll do it when I'm ready, ask yourself, am I ready to start now, or am I waiting for a reason to delay? When you shift your thinking from someday to today, you start to realize that action is the only thing that will bring you closer to your goal. The moment you take that first step, everything changes. And here's the truth. That first step doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be grand. What matters is that you started. Musashi didn't win every battle by being the most skilled fighter in every moment. He won because he took action at the right time. He didn't wait. He created his own opportunity. So let me challenge you right now. Think of something you've been procrastinating on. Maybe it's starting a new project, working on your fitness goals, or even having a difficult conversation with someone in your life. What small action can you take today, right now, that moves you closer to that goal? It doesn't have to be big, but it has to be now. And don't wait, because waiting only feeds the cycle of procrastination. Just start. You'll be amazed at how the momentum builds once you take that first step. But here's the thing you need to realize. There's still one major obstacle standing in the way of true discipline and success. It's not your lack of time or resources. It's not the distractions around you. It's something much deeper. And if you don't face it head on, nothing you do will ever stick. What is this secret obstacle? How do we truly break free from it? Stick around, because in the next part, we're diving into the real reason most people fail to build discipline and how you can break through it once and for all. Before we get into that though, I want to hear from you in the comments. What's one thing you're going to start today to overcome procrastination? Alright, now that you've understood the importance of taking immediate action, there's one more obstacle that holds us back more than anything else: the fear of failure. We've all been there, haven't we? You start something new, full of excitement and energy, only for that little voice in your head to whisper, "What if I fail?" And just like that, your confidence starts to crumble. This fear is paralyzing. But what if I told you that failure isn't the end, it's the beginning? Musashi knew this better than anyone. He didn't fear failure, he embraced it. In fact, he believed that failure was his greatest teacher. Every loss, every setback was just a step toward greater mastery. In his life, failure wasn't a roadblock, it was a launchpad. The truth about failure. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Failure is inevitable. No matter how hard you try, you will fail at some point. But here's the secret the successful know. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of it. Musashi never feared failure because he understood that success wasn't built on winning every time. It was built on getting up, learning, and adapting every time you fall. If you're afraid of failing, then you're never gonna get anywhere. Failure isn't something to run from. It's something to run toward. Let's be real for a second. You've failed before. And guess what? You're still here. You're still standing. You've survived every single failure you've ever encountered. So why are we so afraid of it now? Think about it. What's the worst that could happen? I'll tell you. You'll learn, adapt, and get better. The only real failure is quitting. The power of resilience. To build real discipline, you need resilience, the ability to keep going when things get tough. Resilience is what separates the winners from the quitters. You see, success doesn't come from avoiding failure. It comes from learning how to keep going when the going gets tough. Musashi's resilience wasn't just about his ability to swing a sword. It was about his ability to withstand defeat, learn from it, and come back even stronger. Every time he lost, he came back with a sharper mind and more focused determination. And that's exactly what you need to do. When you encounter setbacks, whether in your career, relationships, or personal growth, don't quit. Don't give in to fear. Embrace the failure, learn from it, and use it as a stepping stone toward greater success. Think back to the last time you failed or encountered a major setback. What did you learn from it? Instead of letting failure stop you, ask yourself, what can I take away from this experience that will make me stronger? Failure is never the end. It's the beginning of a new opportunity. Right now, I want you to commit to reframing your failures as lessons. Every time you fail, you're closer to success than you were before. So, get back up, adjust your strategy, and keep moving forward, breaking through your limits. But what if I told you that there's an even bigger mental barrier standing in your way? This is the moment when your real growth happens. It's a mental block so powerful that even the most disciplined people struggle with it. And if you don't overcome it, all the actions, strategies, and planning won't matter. So what is this mental block? And how do you break free from it once and for all? Stick around, because in the next part, we're gonna tackle the secret to breaking through your mental limits and unlocking your full potential. Before we get into that, drop a comment below and let me know, what's your biggest fear when it comes to failure? And how are you gonna use it as fuel to keep going? Congratulations, you've made it this far. You've learned how to build discipline, overcome fear, and embrace failure. But what separates the true masters from the rest? The final step in your journey: mastering yourself. True success, according to Musashi, isn't about winning a single battle. It's about becoming a master of yourself. It's about developing the mindset and habits that allow you to stay consistent no matter the external circumstances. Mastery comes when you no longer need to rely on motivation or willpower, because your habits, your discipline, and your mindset are automatic. So how do you become a true master? Mastering your mind. Musashi believed that the true battle wasn't fought with a sword, it was fought within your mind. The mind is the ultimate weapon. It can either be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. Here's the thing, we all face challenges and external pressures, but the only real thing that can stop you is your mindset. If you allow doubt, fear, or distractions to control you, you'll never reach your full potential. Mastery starts with controlling your thoughts, your ability to focus, block out distractions, and think strategically. Musashi, despite all his physical prowess, knew that his greatest weapon was his ability to think clearly, to stay calm, and to act decisively. This is where most people fail. They let their emotions control their decisions. When you master your mind, you become unstoppable. You can face any obstacle, any challenge, and still make progress. Developing true self-mastery. So how do you master yourself? It begins with one key practice: Self-awareness. Self-awareness is about being able to observe your thoughts, your actions, and your reactions without judgment. When you're self-aware, you can identify your weaknesses, your triggers, and your limitations. And from there, you can begin to take control. Spend a few minutes each day reflecting on your actions. Ask yourself, am I acting in line with my goals and values? What could I improve today? Self-awareness gives you the power to stay aligned with your long-term vision and avoid being swayed by momentary desires or distractions. The power of consistency in mastery. Mastery doesn't happen overnight. It's a lifelong process. Musashi didn't become a legendary swordsman by practicing once or twice a week. He practiced every single day. It's the same with your goals. Discipline and consistency are the keys to mastering anything. Whether it's your career, fitness, or personal growth, you must show up every day. Think about it. Even the best athletes don't just train when they feel like it. They train because they've built consistency into their lives. Mastery requires consistent effort, even when you don't see immediate results. Breaking the final barrier. But here's the thing. Mastery isn't about perfection. It's about progress. The biggest mistake people make is thinking that mastery means being flawless, but in reality, perfection is the enemy of progress. When Musashi was training, he didn't aim for perfection, he aimed for constant improvement. Every mistake, every failure was a lesson. This mindset will allow you to embrace every setback as an opportunity to grow. Embrace progress over perfection. Commit to improvement, not perfection. Every step forward is a victory, the key to true success. But there's one more thing that will guarantee your success, and it's something that most people overlook. What is it? The secret ingredient that will unlock your true potential. I'll give you a hint. It's something you already possess, and it's more powerful than any external circumstance. Are you ready for the final lesson? It's time to unlock your ultimate potential. Before we dive into that last secret, let me know in the comments, what's one thing you're going to commit to doing every day to move closer to your goals? Congratulations on completing this journey. You've now learned the samurai mindset, discipline, resilience, and self-mastery. Now it's up to you to apply it. Remember, mastery isn't about being perfect, it's about showing up every day, learning from failure, and continuing to grow. Stay tuned for more lessons on how to sharpen your mind and life with timeless wisdom. Keep practicing the Musashi method and become the warrior of your own life.